What is up, players? This is Trilane, and today I wanna bring you a video on how to become a better Artifact player. And I know a bunch of you will tell me, hey Trilane, wait up man, it's too early. We're 1 month from the launch date. Wait, we've had Hearthstone, we've had Magic the Gathering Arena, Shadowverse, so history has taught us what is correct and what isn't correct when playing and learning online trading card games or online collectible card games. So I think we're ready to become better at Artifact even before the launch date. So today I'm going to give you 7 tips on how to become better, and even though these 7 tips are in no particular order, I do think tip number 1 is the most important, so I'm gonna start off there. Tip number 1 is do not net deck. Even though net decking isn't always bad, you might wanna play a deck a pro player also plays, or you might wanna play a deck you played against and it looked like a real fun deck, or you wanna climb real fast and you're inclined to top deck, maybe you wanna own your bodies at the game. It is okay, but when you first start playing Artifact right at the launch date, do not look for decks to net deck, because if you do so, you're not going to learn how to play the cards actually. You're just gonna learn how to play one deck, and very possibly not in the best way possible. So experimenting a bit and playing is always a great way of becoming better. Now, tip number 2, make weird choices. That sounds pretty weird, right? But making weird plays is going to put you in awkward positions, and you're gonna learn about card interactions. You're gonna learn how not to play and how to play certain cards. And even if it doesn't work out when you make a weird choice, a weird play, you're gonna learn from how bad it was. And even though it sounds kind of stupid, it works, believe me. Therefore, try to put yourself in awkward positions, make that weird play instead of playing all conservative, and it's going to take you places. Tip number 3, learn the cards. I know it sounds pretty obvious, like, hey man, learning the cards, I will do that. Yeah, but take for example any MOBA, right? League of Legends or Dota 2. They're pretty good examples. When you first play a MOBA, you don't know what the hell's going on, because you don't know any hero, any champion. You have no clue what's going on, because they just kill you or they just come at you, and you don't know if they can stun you, they don't know if they can one-shot you, and you get owned. And there are 2 ways of learning. You can either play a lot and play a lot of champions and you're gonna slowly learn them, or you can watch videos and read a bit about them, and it's going to be way easier to get better fast. This applies as well on card games. If you know the cards, you know what the power level of cards is, you have a basic idea, and you can avoid making mistakes that could cost you the game, because you don't know how good a card is, if it's a combo enabler maybe, and you can avoid that just by learning the cards. So take a moment and watch some highlight videos on cards, or maybe read a bit about your favorite color, the cards of your favorite color, and you'll become better in no time. Number 4, pretty obvious as well, learn from your matches. And what I mean by this is don't autopilot, don't just make the first choice that comes to mind. Give it a second thought, and if you mess up, if you lose a game, I know some games you just can't win them, right? You're on a counter matchup, or you just get really unlucky, or your opponent gets really lucky. But even for those games and the games you lose because you are not good at the game or are still learning the game, both have things you can learn. So try to take the best out of every game, do not autopilot, try to think decisions through, and try to improve and learn what your mistakes were on every matchup. Tip number 5, watch streamers play. And even though some of you might find this kind of boring, I actually personally like a lot watching streamers play. You learn a lot, because these guys are playing for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 6 hours a day. They know how to play, they're good. And if you don't understand what a play, why they made a play, just be an active chatter and ask them out. Like, hey man, why did you play Luna? Why is that a good hero on that deck? And he's gonna be really happy to answer, because streamers really love answering questions about their thought process. Therefore, watching streamers and being an active chatter is our tip number 5. Tip number 6, try to be aware of the meta and counter meta. And even though this may not apply the first couple of weeks, maybe first couple of months of the new game, just try to search what's happening with the cards. Try to learn what combo decks are a thing, what tempo decks are a thing, what aggressive decks are a thing. And you're gonna avoid a lot of trouble. You're gonna know what matchups to expect. Therefore, you're gonna be able to take cards into your deck and are going to be able to play around certain cards because you know what's coming. You know what the meta is, what the counter meta is as well. Tip number 7 is play draft mode. This way you learn the individual value of cards. On draft mode, there's basically no combo decks. So you get to play cards and learn how they interact with cards you don't usually see them with. You learn their value, you learn what's going on with them. You get a great foothold on how good a card is basically. So playing draft mode will teach you a lot about card power. I'm also going to give you 2 extra tips. Number 1 is play as much color combinations as possible. This way you'll learn which playstyle you enjoy the most, or what is your playstyle. And colors have certain mechanics. For example, black has a lot of condemned or money production, gold production, and green has a lot of ramp. So if you learn and play a lot of colors, you're gonna learn a lot of playstyles and you're gonna find yours and become better at it faster. So don't be afraid to try new decks. Don't be afraid to try a color combination that seems a little bit offbeat, because at least you're gonna learn a lot from it. And tip number 9, guys, obviously, subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitch, because we'll be making a lot of content on Artifact, we'll be reviewing decks, and I also have a video on how colors work. I have a playlist on how colors work, so be sure to check that out. I'm going to leave a link in the description to my Twitch channel because I'm gearing up for Artifact's launch date, and that day I'll be doing a giveaway on my stream. So be sure to follow on Twitch and watch me that day so you can earn your own free Artifact copy. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask them on the comment box below. I'd be really happy to answer your questions. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe. That is all for today, guys. This was Streelane signing out. Thanks for watching.